The guide, tall and raw-boned and carrying a machete much like Riley's, suddenly paused. The trail ahead had been blocked by a tangle of vines and branches, so with a quick, "One moment, please," he went to work hacking through the undergrowth. Riley, rather than standing back, joined him, and together they started slicing through the tangle in short order. After stripping off my rucksack, I rummaged in the pocket and pulled out a canteen, feeling the heat and humidity pulsing from my skin. I took a few sips, then handed the container to Garrett, who accepted it with a nod of thanks. "Well," I sighed, leaning back against a thick, gnarled tree. Above me, the trunk soared into the air until it joined the canopy far overhead. Insects flitted through the branches, and only a few patches of sunlight made their way down from the blanket of leaves above us. This isn't the way I thought I would spend my weekend. I took a breath, and it was like breathing the air in a steam room. "Air conditioning is a wonderful, wonderful invention, Garrett," I told him. "How did we ever get by without it?" Garrett offered a faint smile as he handed the canteen back. He looked natural out here, in his boots and camo jacket, pale blonde hair cut short. He looked like a soldier. "I thought dragons liked the heat," he said with a glance at the guide, still whacking vegetation with Riley. I sniffed, crouching down to stuff the canteen back in the rucksack. "Yes, well, most people think we like sitting on piles of gold in dark, dreary caves. You don't see us doing that anymore, do you? Especially since we can track our funds from a computer in the comfort of an air-conditioned office." A mosquito the size of my thumb landed on my arm, looking hungry, and I slapped it away. And maybe it's made us soft, but I, for one, am glad that we've caught on to the conveniences of modern life. Air conditioning and indoor plumbing beat sitting in a cave full of treasure any day. Garrett's voice turned serious. "Not all dragons think that, apparently." "No." I shivered a little as I rose and pulled the rucksack over my shoulders once more. The jungle seemed to close around us, reminding me why we were here. "I guess not." Riley walked back to us, breathing hard. He had tied a bandana around his head to keep his hair back, but a few dark strands had poked out and stuck to his forehead. The white tank beneath his open, long-sleeved shirt was streaked with moisture. For the briefest of moments, in the shadows of the canopy, his eyes glimmered gold. Warmth fluttered somewhere deep inside me, like a candle dancing in the breeze. The Solith Ton, the life-mate bond, telling me that Riley, or rather Cobalt, was my draconic other half. But it was weaker now. Barely a flicker when before it had been a rushing, surging inferno of heat and desire. I had broken the Solith Ton. I, as a dragon, had decided to be with someone else, to choose love over instinct. I suspected the Solith Ton thing would never truly go away, and I doubted Riley would ever forgive me for rejecting him, but, for now at least, the war and the threat of Talon took precedence over our petty squabbles and jealousy. We had to work together to survive. Alone, we didn't stand a chance. "Our guide says we're almost there," Riley informed us, unscrewing the cap of his own canteen. "Another 45 minutes to an hour, according to him." He took a few quick swallows from the container, then raked a sleeve across his face. "Man, I forgot how sucky the jungle is. Good thing Wes isn't here. He'd never stop complaining. Still have that compass, St. George?" "Yes." Garrett frowned slightly. "Why? We have a guide." "Not anymore." Riley turned to glare at the guide, who was still hacking through vegetation and deliberately not looking at us. "There's some kind of statue marking the trail about a mile from here, and from then on, we're on our own. He says the path keeps going, but he flat out refuses to venture beyond that point." "He's leaving?" I scowled. "That wasn't the deal." "Apparently, it was." Riley replaced the cap and slung the canteen over his shoulder, his own expression disgusted. "He said he would take us as far as he could. Well, that's as far as he's willing to take us." "Why?" "Because in his own words, beyond the statue is the territory of a god." A chill crept up my back, even in the suffocating heat, and I swallowed.